And here we are in lesson 3, the God of radical purpose. And this is a thing because I think many millennials and young adults are really concerned with their purpose, right? We're concerned with our purpose, what it means to be in this world with this economy, you know, and we're probably going to have some entrepreneurial goals. And so this really meant a lot to me, to help millennials to zone into their purpose, their calling, whatever it is God has for them. But this lesson is called Pitiful Purpose because it was pitiful the way Joseph's brothers, even possibly his father, couldn't see whatever was good for him would be good for them. It was also pitiful that from my perspective and maybe yours, that God had this amazing gift, but he put him through all that. But most of all, I want us to see that purpose will follow you everywhere. The gifts of God are given without repentance. So whatever it is that God is giving you, it follows you into the pit and into prison. With Potiphar and when you're, with the rest of royalty. No matter where you are, your gifts, people talk about your gifts making room for you. They also follow you into places. But I don't want you to just think that means good places. Your gifts will follow you into the good places and the bad places, the highs and the lows. But I think part of what we see here is you don't stop using them. If you're in prison and there's need for your gift, you use it in prison. When you're in the palace and there's need for your gift, you use it in the palace. But don't believe just because you're gifted, you're going to be in an amazing situation where everyone's just going to bow down to you. That doesn't happen. But I do wonder what it meant that yes, he was gifted, and you can see that. And yes, his gifts made room for him, and you can see that too. But how much of people say, don't tell your dreams to people, and they give this, right, Joseph the dreamer. Don't tell your dreams to people because people will try to, okay, but it was obvious that people could see him and see his gifts wherever he was. He was far away and they spotted him and they could see that there was this gifted man who had dreams. And so what does it mean when you hide your dreams, but you can't hide your gifts? What does it mean when your gifts actually put you in prison? What does it mean for the God of radical purpose to allow your gifts to be trampled through the mud, to be in low places and high places all for this appointed time? I feel like God could have done better by Joseph, that he could have had him go straight to being a supervisor, that he could have given him just the great parts in life, but that's not what God chose to do. So what does that mean when God has a journey for your gifts that will take you to places you've never seen before? Sometimes people tell us that and we're like, oh yes, praise God, we're going to the White House, we're going to be in the UN, we're going to talk before the nations. But what does that mean when your gifts take you to negative places you never dreamed you would be in? I guess it just means you keep holding on, because the same gift that follows you into low places will also remain there when you get to high places. But I think we got to have some conversations with God about where our purpose will take us and how we get there, the journey it takes, and what God is doing in the meantime, in between time, because the in between time, in the meantime, can be a mean time. So holler at me, let me know what you think. REV_BRI, and I hope you have a great discussion on what it means to have pitiful purpose.